Hello and welcome to the Surly Sock Gamer Club. This is Jason, aka GreywolfZX's, and this is day 7 of my Xbox modding project. Alright, I can't let it go. I am not happy with the goop job on this USB, aside from the fact, well, not even counting the fact, that I've got two wires crossed in this setup. So obviously the colors on the Microsoft wiring, well, and it's not fair to throw this all at Microsoft, but evidently these colors do not correspond to the Dell colors. So, let's see, we got those in the middle. Yeah, the red and the green are probably the opposites. But, needless to say, I'm not happy with that goop job. Yeah, it doesn't show there real well. And over here it shows so bad. So, not happy with that goop job, and take into account that this did not fit correctly, I feel compelled to get in and fix the wiring, but for right now, I don't really want to do that. So what I've done is I've purchased another unit off of eBay. You'll notice it's a newer unit, doesn't have the rings here, and it just dawned on me, I need to verify this unit will work in the Xbox. So let's get that set up. Alright, let's get our Xbox. Let's put that guy right up here. Try and get that where we can see what we want to hook up to, which is that little guy right there. And take this guy. Okay. Yeah. And now I'm going to put my hands in the way, and that was all a waste of time to try and get it. Oh, hey, upside down. There's the ridges we want. In case I hadn't mentioned this before, they're keyed. Let's see it from end on. See those two little bumps down here on the bottom? Nice. Two bumps on the bottom side. Just got to make sure you get them in. You can actually see the two holes here. So I had it upside down. I need to flip that end over. Put you there. And I can see it better from my angle. Sorry guys. Line it up there. And of course you don't get the angle correct. And just so everyone knows, I do have it completely unplugged right now because I got my hands in here on the high voltage. That would just be stupid. Alright, lined up, pushed it in. Let's put this guy in. Under the yellow. There we go. And kind of rotate you in. Alright. And, whoops, as you can see from the table, there we go. As you can see from the front, I have ports again. Okay, let's plug this guy in and make sure that the controller works on that port. Alright. And yeah, I know the Xbox is in a sad state with that hard drive just hanging up there like that. It does bother me a little bit as well. And here's hoping I got the connector correct. Okay. Like I said before, I've got a converter box to convert to VGA. And so I always worry it's on the wrong setting. Yeah. That capacitor mod I did isn't making a difference as of yet because I keep going for, a week or two at a time. Okay. We're in. That's working. Look good to me. Okay. So, let's get this guy back out and see if we can use it to create the USB connection I wanted from the get-go. Let's start with unplugging this thing because I do not want to shock myself. I guess that's the most important thing. What I really don't want to do is ruin the board by shorting something inside. Oh, there we go. Yes, I know, highly exciting. There we go, removing this piece again. Let's get you out of the way. Now, the new unit compared to the old unit, like I said, we don't have the ferrite cores here, which protect against interference, but I'm not worried about it while I was right in the light. A, because it's controller ports 3 and 4, so the odds of them getting used are slim to none. And B, if it were really a problem, Microsoft would have still put them on here for whatever version of Xbox this one came from. So, let's get rid of that guy. And this time, we'll see if we can do this more correctly. What am I going to do different this time? Well, what I've decided is this time I'll use a connector like I wanted to from the get-go. You know, so I went on Spark Fun and bought this little guy, bought two of them actually just in case I screw up. Bought the male end, so I bought that little guy, you know, pins on the back, and two of these guys, which USB jacks, you know, got a housing built into it already, so all I'd need to do is cut it out a hole and put screws through if I want to secure that in, or I can cut those off and figure out some other way to screw it or secure it. And then it's just got a little plug-on end because this is designed to work in a computer. And so my idea here is that I will take this guy, arrange the wires on this one. If you look in here, see those little nasty teeth in there? The way this works is, oh, and of course it's the tool. And let me get the keyboard out of the way. So, this little guy is designed to work with a ribbon cable, kind of like your standard IDE. It's a 10-pin. There's 10 wires here, but I'm only going to need 4. It actually matches the Xbox connector in terms of pin count. Definitely not size and pitch. There, good shot there. If I can just get it centered. Hey. So what you do with this little guy is I'll run the wires through. Bad angle. There we go. And this back piece here clamps down on it. So if we just take this screwdriver, and you see that tab there, I want to be careful with this. It's not pushed all the way in, so it's not really locked, but right there it's just got a little catch, and if you're not careful you break these little wings off and then it's useless. So push, there we go, and there. Now we got the back end piece here. Whoops, hey, and then we lost, there it is, back again. Little ridges for the wires to sit in. That guy there. There's those nasty teeth I was talking about. Can we get a better shot of that? Yeah. So, my idea was to take these wires and lay them out on this connector. So, let's see if we can get a good view of that. And we got a top row and a bottom row based on offset. Oh, yep, there's gaps. So, what I would do, I'll set it on here first. I'll do it up here, but basically arrange these, you know. Yellow, you're the unimportant wire on this whole thing, so we're going to put you on well, let's talk about some things of importance here real quick. Can you see that little triangle right there? If I get the light, that typically represents pin 1. So I'm going to have to figure out what pin 1 is. And you'll notice we've got the 2 staggered rows. So these ones up here represent the top edge, and these ones represent the bottom edge. You know, assuming that's pin 1. So anyway, point being, like I said, I can fit all the wires here, and I probably will just so that the yellows aren't hanging out off the side, but I'm not going to need all the wires. These connectors only support 4 wires. There we go, better. So black, green, white, red. Interesting. That might indicate that my white and my red were the crossed ones on the other unit. Anyway, point being, if I'm only going to need 4, and what I was going to try and do, like I said, this is the male end, I'm going to try and just in the short term have this guy plug in on this side and see if it makes enough of a connection. It's questionable and probably won't be enough. Oh, when I pushed in on it right there, that seemed to be the trick. You know, it'll be enough for testing. In the end, I'm probably going to take this off and end up soldering the wires onto this side, and I have gone and purchased some heat shrink tubing, so I'll be able to solder this correctly, and we'll do 1 wire at a time, slip some heat shrink up, make it nice and tight. And I have 2 of these USB connectors, hence the 10 pins, and I think that will look much better. Plus, you know, I've got a lot of wire here. I should be able to wrap that around inside. I can't decide if I want to run these off the front of the Xbox, which I think I might do. Honestly, in the front of the Xbox, you know, it being this way, you know, controller port 1, controller port 4, I'm thinking I might make holes underneath those and have one under controller port 1 and one under controller port 4 just for symmetry, but they will still be run and plugged into controller port 3 and 4. And then if I get really fancy, I might do some of that grounding hacks where they hack against the hack in relay from this outer shielding, which is grounded, and the ground wire here, so that when it detects a connection that bridges those, which it gets by plugging in a controller connector, it will cause the relay to switch and turn off your USB. Like I said, that's a future plan. I don't need to go into that right now. But the important feature here, like I said, I was going to take this one and put these wires into it. I want to use the female side on here so that when this is hanging out inside the Xbox, there's nothing to short. If I put the male side, I mean, yeah, I could strip the wires and get that soldered on, but we've already seen how that worked out for me in the past. And then, even though it's not hanging out that much, you know, these pins, if you get a profile shot, if I can do that, you know, they don't really stick out, but something could get in there easily enough. Well, something could get in there. That implies that something inside the Xbox would move wantonly. When I'm pushing it all in, I could see I could accidentally slip and hit that against something. If I've got the male end, you know, something would actually have to be jammed down into one of these holes to make that happen. So, I can't just go and willy-nilly throw the wires on here right now, because if I do that, well, like I said, I need to pick, you know, I'm going to pick a side, which I'm going to start with. So the important wires are going to start from the triangle, pin 1. So that means the yellow wires are going to be the outermost 2 at this end. But I can't just go and willy-nilly throw the wires on here, because I want them to correctly match the wires here on the current USB connector. And I believe I can achieve that with the help of, I'm going to use Bing, what the hell, throw them a bone. Because we can get standard USB pinouts, I'm pretty sure. You skip personalizer, what? Just go away. Make me wish I used Google already. Okay. USB pinout diagram, pinout wiring diagram. Hey, sounds fancy. And like I said, we really just want a picture because now I'm having decision-making issues about which picture I want to use. You look kind of the best, but not necessarily. You know, some of these are too detailed. Now, oddly enough, I think this one might be the winner, even though it's got the serial there. I don't really care about that. You know, that's application specific. Well, these all seem to be application specific. What I care about is the well, that end. I guess I care more about the colors. Well, let's go with this. Wow. Oh, okay, not so bad. 1x5 header. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I can't compare. Maybe I can compare. Oh. Sorry. I gotta get my move up. There we go. Okay. So, according to the very small image there, and my really bad holding of this cable, there we go. So we have red, white, green, black, and then that's an extra ground, which we don't have currently. So, and it shows where they hook to that connector. I would really like it if that was a bigger image, but that's what we got. Okay, we like that one. Let's, we can try another one of these just for the heck of it. We've got one. Let's see if we got something different. Well, that's the one right there. You know, let's do a sort by size and go for extra large. Granted, I don't know who in the world would be making an extra large one, but what the heck. That might work for us. If it ever comes in non-blurry. Okay, well, we'll keep that for reference. And now, original Xbox controller wiring. Yeah, what the heck. Images. Oh, look at that. There was a really bad hand-drawn one there. Hey, this guy right here might be our... Well, let's look at this one. And I have high hopes for that one. Oh, yeah, silly me. Zoom. Yeah, coloring's the same. Well, then it must be Dell that had the different color. Xbox cable, typical USB cable. That pretty much answers my question. So, that being said, if we If we take this connector and we line these up, we're going to say red is our pin 1. I really wish I could show. Let's cheat it. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to put that one on, and whoop. Oh, there we go. Let's move this image down here where we can see it. Maybe. Yeah. Here's hoping for the best. And, well, you know what? This side. That'll work. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and now order. Yep. Okay, good. We've got our schematic and our camera is visible. So, taking this guy, starting, I'm going to call pin 1 red, then pin 2 green, pin 3 white, pin 4 black, and so on this guy, that's how the colors match there. So number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. Like I said, yellow will be the outermost pin. Let's see if I can do this. I don't think I'm going to have the dexterity to be able to line these up on the little cam there, on the macro cam as I call it. So I'm going to do it out here and see what I can do. And doesn't matter. Technically this one would be 3, so I would want this one on the top set, and that one would be 4. So starting with yellow, black, and then I'm going to want to go white, green, and red. White is not, white, green, come on green, you're on the wrong row, green, red. I was holding my thumb over it there to kind of push the wires in a little. This is an interesting experiment here. Now I did buy 2 of these guys because, let's be honest, I already messed one up. What are the odds of me messing another one up? Quite high. So, alright, I pushed those wires down a little bit. I'm actually going to see if I can push them down some more. I'm going to cheat this a little, because if I can get these to hold in place like I want, then it'll be easier to put the next set of wires on top. Okay, and this is working, squishing those down in. But my earlier rambling about buying 2 of these and being worried, well, if the gauge of this wire is too thick for this connector, there's a chance that when I push these down real tight, it's just going to shear right off, and then cut right through the wire. I'll look really stupid. And there we go. I already pulled my wire out because I put it in too close there. Okay, so I've got little holes in the sheathing on that, which not my favorite. I should have pulled this and aligned it like that. Yeah, I think I can still make this. Still make it work right about the same spot I had it. I guess if I were really trying to be carefully planned about this, I would I would measure to see where the connector is going to end up, so that I know that I could fit the other connector in there easily, because this will now be the thick part. But because it's on the wires, I think I'm going to have a little bit of leeway there. Okay. Let's push that. I got those lined back up again. How hard is it to get a good shot on here? So I got those lined up there. You can see they're on this set of wires, and this set of clips. So now I'm just gonna go and just push down right in the center of that wire, kind of push it into the split there. Those little pins have a hole between them. For some reason I want to liken it to a set of scissors, but it's not true. It's just two pieces of metal coming up on either side. Okay, doing it that way did not work. I didn't get enough oomph on it, so the wires pop back out. Let's do this again. And anywho, yeah, so it's two pieces of metal, and I'm basically squishing the wire down in between them, and they're kind of tight. That's a better. Now, like I said, this connector is designed for ribbon cable. I did buy ribbon cable, but then when I got the USB connectors as well, it seemed like more hassle to try and use the ribbon cable than to do this. So this wasn't really a completely planned idea. It just happened to come together. And then the danger of doing this, it looks like one pin there. So back to my mumbling. What I did here is push down, and if you look, that outer pin split wide and pushed out over the side there. That is unacceptable. So I need something small and flat to bring that back in. And of course, I was going to get my X-Acto blade out for mucking about, but I don't have it right now, do I? So I'm going to try and bend that back, which I'm doing. Yay. Okay. And if you push down and spread those too far apart, I have a sneaking suspicion, well, they won't put enough pressure on your wire for it to accurately create a connection. Because instead of pushing through the sheathing, they'll just spread, and then, you know, they're supposed to, as you slip the wire in, kind of cut through the cable, as, you know, because they're angled like this at the top, and they're kind of straight in the middle. But if it spreads, then it's not cutting into the edges of the cable and touching the core of your wire. Oh, you know what I could do? We could test continuity right now and see if we got those right. So now that we got that set, let's test the pins. We're even going to test the yellow one. And I don't know where they pin out in here. Honestly, I don't care. What I care about is that it's just one that we get a connection with. So let's put you here. You can help hold things down, and then you stay in shot. So starting with the yellow, I'm touching the pins here on top of the wire, and it's kind of hard to see if I was touching just, okay, that's the outermost one. So that's the second one. Can you see? I heard everyone say yes. Okay. Outermost one. Second one. Third one. I slipped and hit the second one. So third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. So only one. It's there. All right, next for the black. And for this one, we're gonna, looks like the wire's not all the way in on that one. Let's see if we can get it pushed down a little more. Okay, that's more in there like the yellow one was. So black. Alright, now I can touch the pins, and outermost one, nothing. Nothing. So the black is not making a connection on any of them. Okay, white. Outermost one, nothing. Second one, nothing. That was, is it the third one or the fourth one? So, outermost, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Was that the third? I'm trying to do this well. Yeah. Okay. So, only one pin there. Let's try the green. I swear to me that seemed like the exact same one as the white. Okay, nothing there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go back to white. I think you were 4, not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so white is 4. Green is 3. Oh, okay, I was still touching. Had it angled. Scared me. It looked like I got green on 3 and 4. And red. Okay. Outermost, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4. So it is the outermost one out here. So the only one I'm still having trouble with is this black one. Or the only one I'm having trouble with. So if I push these pins towards each other, that should do it. Oh, I was like, why won't this move? Because I taped it down so that I could do that continuity test. Whoop, damn it. And that was because I, instead of tightening the black wire, accidentally hooked the pin on the white wire and spread it apart, which is not what I wanted to have happen. Okay, black wire. There we go, pushed you down even more. Okay, let's run the test again. Starting with yellow wire. And I now realize if I lean all the way over here, I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yellow wire on number 2. All right, black. It should be number 1. How did I get something there for a sec? Was I... Nothing on black. Oh, there it is. Oh, so I had it on the wrong pins there for a minute. Okay, so that's black. Number 1, 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. Okay, white, which by our last check was number 4, so 1, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. Okay, Mr. White, you are now being problematic. Like I said, I pushed those pins apart inadvertently, so now I gotta work to push them back together and push the white wire down in the middle. Not really the way this was designed to work. Now, assumedly, if I were using a ribbon cable, this would work a little better, but the gauge shouldn't be that far off. Okay, white wire again. Yeah, still. So, 1, no, 2. Double check to make sure I didn't screw everything up. In camera angle, 1, no, 2, no, 3, no. Yay! 4, yes, 5, no. Okay, green. 1, no, 2, no, 3, yes, 4, no, 5, no. And red, which should be number 5, right? 1, no, 2, no, 3, no, 4, and number 5, yes. Okay, so as it sits, those wires are correct. Let's, instead of no, I gotta finish it. So let's finish putting the other wires in. I was gonna say let's do throw it in the Xbox and throw the USB on and test that, but if I do it halfway, I'm more likely to knock these wires out of the connector than I am to get a successful test. So now let's repeat this process, and so yellow, oh dang it, sorry. Oh, that was part of the problem, is I got the camera moved too. So we're going to go yellow, black, white, green, red. So yellow, black, white. It's going to be easier if I organize these from the get-go. Come on. Green and white, you two, we got to have a talk. You're not being team players. Okay. So yellow. Push you down just a little. If I use my fingernail, maybe I won't tear it. Hey, that seemed to work pretty good. Yellow. Black. In retrospect, oh well, no, this goes in like that. Ha! Sweet. I was gonna say it would made more sense to put this in facing up so I could get access to it better. But like I said, everything clips in like this, and this is gonna fold. That's perfect. Wow. I think it was a sad thing that I might have sold my soul for that one. I mean, honestly, if I had something to choose, I would have, got a Lamborghini or something. I don't know. Okay. Black wire in. White wire. Come on. Oh, black wire fell out. Black wire, you're not playing nicely. And now here's the other side to that. Got to be careful about bending the other pins out, because now the pins from the original connectors, I have to make sure they don't break through the insulation on these new wires, because then I'll have bridges. I'll have shorts, and if it's shorted, then that will stop all things from working, not just my USB connectors, but the Xbox controllers will not function correctly because they'll be shorted. So in honor of that sentiment, I need to move this green. Oh, they all pulled out. This green pin back a little, which is probably why I should have just set the wires on the connector, and used the proper backing to crimp them in here like it's designed to work, so that, you know, the idea being, you know, when it's capturing the wires, they squeeze together, but it's squeezing them all in simultaneously so that the little metal prongs here don't spread and then hit the other wires. You know, and like I said, since they spread as you're putting the wire in, if all the wires are going in simultaneously, you're not worrying about getting one wire stuck on the point that is spread out from one of the other ones. Okay, this might be easier to put red. So I got the yellow, black, white. I'm jumping out to the outside edge and doing the red. And then we're going to do the green. Come on. It's funny. I tell myself, oh, I'm going to make these videos. They'll be nice and quick. You know, 15 minutes, half hour. Here we are, 46 minutes into this. Ow. Okay. Word of experience that I just got, which is, if you're doing this, be careful. Do not push down and get one of these under your fingernail. Kind of hurts. And, not to make you think I'm utterly stoic, I barely did it and felt it and was able to stop pushing. Alright, that's our last wire there. And it didn't want to stay. And then the yellows and the blacks popped out again. So really at this point, the only one I've got in well was the red. Alright. Yellow, you're going in again. And earlier I was saying I was worried about shearing, you know, slicing some of these wires in half while doing this, but some of them, like the yellow, I'm not ever going to get a CRT and a light gun setup. It'd be nice, but I've been on the lookout for a CRT tube, and I'm just too cheap to want to pay. You know, the prices are kind of up there now because they've become a, sadly, I guess I would say collectible, but you know, we'll say they're more application specific, and so people such as myself will decide, oh, I need one, and unfortunately, I'm not, you know, the people that have them. You know, unfortunate for me, but in all fairness, they are the ones with them. If I still had one, it wouldn't be an issue. Would like to make some money off of it. I mean, after all, they have something I want. That's how supply and demand works, isn't it? So, get in there. Alright, I'm having to rearrange pins on this last bit. I guess I could show on these last reds. Wow, can we get that not blurry? Well, it was even worse. Okay, right there. The pins spread on this green and this red, which the green needs to go up through that channel. You can see it actually pretty good there. Oh, look at this. Can I do it? But yeah, I had one of the green pins bent over, so it was almost touching the red pin, which was making it difficult to do this. Okay. Give everyone a push down. Straighten out pins that are crooked. Now, I'll be honest, I really want to just jam this piece on there right now and say, oh, done. But I really need to continuity test again to make sure that I've got a connection on all these pins. But I don't want it to fall apart, so I'll just put it on lightly. Oh, no, that's a stupid plan. Stupid plan. How do you get the probe in there now, dummy? But hey, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Because we got red, red, green, green, white, white, black, black, yellow, yellow. I'll almost go so far as to say it looks like I did something right on this one. So, use my little handy tool to get the ends there out again so I don't break these off. I have previous experience breaking those. Set this guy back up. Alright. So, of initial concern is continuity to the pins that I want to have continuity. And then secondary concern is to make sure I don't have any shorts. Because as stated, the shorts are then permanent in the setup, so it doesn't matter if I'm trying to use the USB or the Xbox joystick. It won't work either way. Okay. So back to our initial get you back in there. What the heck? We'll even maybe hold the cable down again. Does that work? Can we see the pins? Does not look like we can see the pins. But we'll go for it anyway. Alright. Starting with yellow. So we're going to do this connector. That's connector number 3. Let's start with yellow. Which yellow was pin 2. Yay. Okay, so from my angle, with a little camera in the way, it's hard to, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, that one's good. You know what, let's just do, and then we do a drag cross there. Okay. Oh, well, you can see it from the top. I'm just dragging those pins. No shorts. So, next we're going to black. This one, I think I'm going to get an indication. Well, let's see. If I angle it from this side, I should. Now, this should be, was pin 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from here, drag, no shorts. Alright, okay. Now we're going to move to white, which is going to be pin 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, good there. No shorts there. Sweet. And now we're going to move to green, which should be pin 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing there. Let's check shorts this way. And I should only have to do this on one side because as far as the check for shorts, because if they're shorts, they'd be on both sides. Okay, now we're off to red. This should be pin 5. It is. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now for shorts here. No shorts. Okay. Alright, now we're on to the back row, which should, in theory, be connector 4 when we flip this upside down. And we're on yellow, which should be pin 2 on this side. So that's 1, 2, yes, 3. Oh, and all this testing. I was thinking, wow, this one's much easier. Yeah, it's because the camera's not in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so pin 2 is good. I'm not going to do the short test on this because it should be good, like I said, because I did it on the other one. Okay, black, this is pin 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, white, pin 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was still pin 4. Woohoo! Okay, 5. Yeah, I had it touching them both because I've got the angle in there. When you go diagonal, that's the type of thing that happens. So, okay, 5. Green, this should be pin 3. 1, 2. Oh, no, I started at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and now our last one, the red. 5. Oh, it fell off the thing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, that all checks correct. Let's put this bad boy together. Yank our hefty duty Scotch tape mounts. All right, got that in. Let's see. You can see I pushed that one side. You can't see. Okay, mostly together. It just needs a little bit more. Actually, that one's pretty good. This side, still out. Put it down. Use something that I can push with. I'm going to put it on here and just go for it. There we go. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it clipped in. So this side is good. This side is good. We can put this back in the Xbox. And for the sake of being systematic, we will test it again in the Xbox and make sure that it still works before we hook up USB. Because if I put this in and hook everything up and then it doesn't work, I won't know where the problem is. Now, given how diligent, I'm going with diligent, how diligent I was about testing for shorts and for continuity, although I didn't test continuity, between the pins in here in case I split a wire. The odds of that are very slim. If I really wanted to be thorough, I guess I should do that. But I think the odds of that are so slim, I'm not actually worried about it. I guess we'll find out. It's one of those Murphy's Law type of deals, isn't it? It'll be the thing I didn't expect that'll get me. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that light's shining really bad there. Well, is that you? That was you. All right. Can we see it? Get this in there. And without the light, that camera goes to crud. Okay, what am I looking at there? Almost what I wanted. There's our USB. Follow. Oh, angle was not what I expected. Okay, that should be looking at our connector. So yeah, there's our connector right down in there. Move that away. There's our connector. And it just fits right in there, which means it's going to be right under the hard drive when that's properly put in. So we don't have a problem there. Yeah, it fits in nice. It just goes, tucks right in there. That being said, running USB signals past high voltage, as I previously discussed, not the greatest idea. So I'll try and maybe I'll end up routing them, that sort of thing. Though these wires are very long in comparison to the Xbox itself, which means I could probably go front to back, which just leads more credence to the concept of cutting this down and soldering it to the other connector. Okay, let's get on to the real meat of the story here. Did I mess up the controller connector? Here we go. Let's get the relevant camera active. Boom, and which is this one. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, change our inputs on this monitor. Come on. Come on, people now. There we go. Oh, and it's not going to be terribly interesting because no power. There's power. Just showing you I got the USB ports in, the controller ports in there. I'm getting used to a world of SSDs. Hearing a hard drive click around makes you a little nervous now. Okay, that's controller port 3. Let's try controller port 4 just for the heck of it. Alright, stop doing that, hard drive. Turn you off. And I wanted to do the whole run through this evening, but given how far that is, I think we're going to stop here. And I will see you all on day 8, where we're going to finish up this connector and test out these USB ports. Alright, have a good evening.